This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. But as it has been lately, it's not just any day in the arena. It is Shark Week and a half. It's me. It's CGB, your resident one, in Best of One. And today, we are playing a deck that truly makes my heart sing. People sometimes watch the channel and then come and ask me on Twitch, what is your favorite deck? Well, you haven't watched the channel long, and that's okay. I'm not picking on you. But if about once a month, maybe twice a month, maybe 3 times a month if I'm feeling saucy, I get to play my favorite thing in the frickin' world, which is and always will be blue-white control. And this, my friends, is blue-white control with the win con of 4x Shark Typhoon. Yeah, the number in the corner, streak number 707. If you're new around here, this is my 707th consecutive day releasing an MTG Arena video for you guys. And today it's all about the Shark Typhoon, as we're in Shark Week and a half, which strictly better than Shark Week, I'm just saying. And it is because, get the shill out of the way, Kaldheim. There is a CGB Shark token being released, and you can only get it by pre-ordering a box, a draft set or collector booster box from CoolStuffInc.com. Go to CoolStuffInc.com/CHM, pre-order, and use the promo code CGB5, and you, yes you, who is cool, you will receive a CovertGoBlue full art Shark token. There's also interesting CGB facts on the back of the token. You won't believe them. Anyway, chill, plug, sponsored. Jumping back into the deck tech, blue-white control. It's reminiscent of the blue-white control deck I played some tournaments and events in early in the season, back in October, September, and the biggest difference is we just 4x slam in Shark Typhoon. So Shark Typhoon's an amazing win con, and what is awesome about Shark Typhoon as a win con for control is the self-contained nature of the card. If it's bad, you just cycle it. Sometimes you cycle it and make a baby shark and block or trade with something and save yourself some damage. But late in the game, it's an uncounterable giant monster if the opponent taps low and you can just swing in for a big hit, or it's a sky full of sharks, which, as promised in the political nature of keeping people watching Shark Week and a half, I will hardcast a Shark Typhoon today. I guarantee it. I will not simply cycle it, attack, and protect my 5/5 for a few turns. No! Here we are bigger than that. Here, it's about the content sometimes, not just the win con. So, believe me, you, Shark Typhoon, will get hardcast in this video. I guarantee it. Anyway, this curve is awesome. In case you didn't notice, we have this sweet, sweet curve of a ton of 2-drops. Some of these things got moved around. What happened? All right, there we go. We have a ton of 2-drops. We have a bunch of 3-drops, if you count Giant Killer there. Then we have only the Shatters in the 4 spot, only the Elspeth Conquers Death in the 5, and then Shark Typhoon at the top, which it also fills curve because you can use it any spot in the curve that you like to. This keeps us interacting regularly and often. The biggest risk that blue-white control has is that if we dirtle too much using Maze Mind Tome, Omen of the Sea, etc. to get value, then we don't affect the board. So it's very important that we have cheap ways and many ways to affect the board in the early turns and all the way through the mid-game before taking control of the game with the sky full of sharks later on. So, the Yorion. It has a lot of good targets. We've got Maze Mind Tome, we've got Omen of the Sea, we've got Birth of Meletis, we have the Skyclave Apparition, and the Elspeth Conquers Death. So it makes sense to run the Yorion. We don't need any in the main. We're guaranteed one every time that we're the companion because of the companion slot. And rogues. Rogues, baby. 20 extra cards against rogues is so crucial. Otherwise, I find they just mill me out way too easily. And Glimpse of Freedom is great against rogues because it means we can play a patient game, exile our graveyard, draw some extra cards, and then kill off all their stuff, and then focus on killing them with a Shark Typhoon. In a 60 card version, that's not really an option. if you mill your graveyard to draw more cards, you just end up getting milled faster, in my experience. But it's a luxury you can play into with an 80. So I think the 80 cards is right. I think the Glimpse of Freedom is right. And the Giant Killer is the weirdest flex spot for me, where it could be more counter spells. It could be like Swift Response for removal, which I don't really agree with that. It could be Teferi, Master of Time, which some people like. It could be Dream Trawler, but we're using Shark Typhoon as our win con. Giant Killer is awesome because you have to kill the Lovestruck Beast, and then you have to make it awkward for the opponent to play the Great Henge. You also need an instant speed thing for things like Questing Beast, large Brushfire Elementals after Fable Passage, all these things that we actually don't have much instant speed removal for. And probably the biggest one that I think people forget about until they play against it is Crawling Barrens. Giant Killer taking out Crawling Barrens is big game. Big game hunting. So I think it's right. And also, don't forget about the 1-mana 1/2. When you're up against mono red or rogues, getting this on the board is actually, they have to deal with it, so they have to spend some mana on it at some point, and then you can get it back with Elspeth Conquers Death, because without it, we don't have many things to get back. Only the Skyclaves and the 1 Yorion. So Chapter 3 of ECD is often a blank without the Giant Killer in the deck. I've talked about the deck enough. I have shilled for the Shark token on CoolStuffInc.com with pre-orders of Kaldheim. Use the promo code CGB5. And now, my friends, it is time to dive in and let the blue-white control Yorion Shark Typhoon nonsense begin. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm so excited. Let's go. Smile. I'm sure everything will go well. Let's keep it. All we have to do is draw land. Easy. Don't know what the status on this Giant Killer is. It's possible I should have just played it there. Castle will climb. Okay. Let's go get flames. There, that's a land. Now we just need to draw one of the blue kind. Rated Scorpion. Looks like I'm not the only one keeping low land count hands these days. I'll take this Yorion. Why is the opponent having me on full control? Well, I'm scared. Did they top deck the land, or what? Alright, the hateful Eidolon worship continues. There are people that just love this card. Kill my own Scorpion to draw a card. Nice. I guess if I answer all their creatures for the rest of the game, they can't win. That sounds nice. That sounds good. Really? Really? Pay 3 life. We'll get a card. Let's see how that works out for him. Opponent's deck is super sketch so far. Let's see if we can get sketchier. I choose to block. Into the box with you. We've seen enough. Maybe the opponent will play a Duress. Lead their turn with a Duress or something like that. I wouldn't even counter it. I just let them pick something. Covetous Urge. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card and exile it. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. You may spend mana as though it were any color. No. No. Interesting card to slot into the deck, for sure, but no. I hope that the Grim Tutor was worth it. We don't know for sure that's what was Grim tutored, but I have a feeling. Okay. Opponent slams Underworld Dreams. What the heck am I playing Magic with? This might be one of the weirdest Mythic decks I've seen in a really long time. So I don't care about Underworld Dreams too much. Yes, it does 1 damage every time I draw a card. Oh no, but we have Elspeth Conquers Death, so we'll get it off the battlefield. This must be a pure Into the Abyss black combo deck, but then it also runs the Eidolon. It runs 1-drops. It runs Hateful Eidolon. It runs Deadweight. It runs Serrated Scorpion. That's nonsense. Oh man, do I wish I could giant kill this, but I can't. So, counter. Let's just get the dreams off the board. We have to do it sometime. We may as well do it now. If the opponent has another Rankle, that hurts, but it's not the end of the world. We can discard a Giant Killer or a Yorion and get it back with the Elspeth Conquers Death, which is nice. Also, they don't want to play a Rankle because we have Yorion. Alright, and also Luris. Like, what the heck is this deck? So I'd love to get a creature in the graveyard just so that my ECD got value, but I don't think we'd jump through hoops to get there. Like, we could play Giant Killer, Shatter the Sky, and then get free Giant Killer next turn as a 2/3. Is that worth it? They just play Eidolon and kill it with a Mire's Grasp and use it to draw cards. So it's not very exciting. What if we play Yorion, flicker the ECD so it's around for another turn? And we get to flicker the Casket and grab the Luris. That's interesting. But it's not like that gets us really far ahead. Nope. I think we're just fine here. Let's play Omen of the Sea. Hit our land drop. Nice. 2 lands in a row to get us out of our land issues. Play this. Grab the Luris. Shut that down. And pass turn. There's the Mire's Grasp. All of your mana into this wall. Sure, I'll take the block. Why not? You got me there. The Scorpion got me. Goodbye, ECD. Let's slam the Typhoon. I promised you a slamma video. Let's get it out of the way now. Mono black usually can't remove it. You need Ugin, which long way from Ugin. What the hell is this? Okay. What you got? They take my 1 Yorion. Okay. You gonna deadweight that zombie, or yeah? They must have one. They would have attacked first. Sure thing. Castle. All right, begin the grind. Begin the grind. A shark for every spell. A 1/1 for 5 mana. Can the opponent beat that? They have a heck of a toolbox of a deck, apparently, with Necromentia, Covetous Urge, and Grim Tutor. And they have the Black Castle. They just paid 5 life to draw a card. Okay. Well, if that's what you're gonna do, pay 5 life to draw a card, I'll pressure your life total. I'll attack you. Another castle. This one of the scrying variety. I mean, if we're gonna grind, let's freaking grind. This makes a shark and gets another land, so I guess I'll keep it for now. We are soft to the exact sequence of here's Underworld Dreams, here's Peer into the Abyss. That's a little scary. Oh boy, they might actually have it. They might actually have it. They still need to draw the land. Okay, got him. Got him. Well, we'll see. They need the land. They might also have a duress if they're really patient. They might wait a turn. We have a lot of negates and neutralizes. It's not that insane that we found it. It's just really, really nice. They're poking their graveyard. Did they draw another of those? What? This deck is so weird. Oh, draw that card. Down to 9. Draw that card, Betty. Scorpion picking away. Alright, well, I've got a counter. Maybe we do just keep attacking them. No, let's try. Let's try. Alright, we find a Skyclave. That takes care of the Underworld Dreams. We find an Omen. That's really nice. It makes a Shark. So we'll keep in that order. Ow. The dream has died. I wish I could giant kill this token. The dream is not dead. I guess we counter that because then Peer into the Abyss isn't good and we get the 3/3 Shark. We drew 3 Underworld Dreams. 3! Madness. And they're at a really low life total. Pressure will take them out quick. Thirst, yep. No blocks. You want this damage? I'll give you this damage. I might be a blue-white mage, but I know what pressure is. Do this now. Well, there might be a world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There might be a world where we have to play this, sacrifice it to Scry 2, and dig if we need a counterspell bad enough. I could just play this giant killer. You know, I'm at a point where I don't think much is going to get chopped down. They don't seem to have any creatures of that size. They know about Shatter and Essence Scatter. Let's play the killer. It's time. It's time for the killer. Another Urge. I mean, they can take either of these. I guess I don't care. My god, their deck is weird. How do they fit that into a 60? Where are we at? There we go. Alright, so do I want a counterspell? I don't really need a counterspell. I just need to make sure I draw something that I don't care too much about and put something good on top. So we won't do the Sacrifice Scry. Perfect. That is freaking flawless. Man, we're so close to lethal even. 7, 4, 5. Okay. Opponent is relentless, I'll give them that. Easy block with the killer, doesn't kill the Scorpion, doesn't gain the life, make the 1/1. Play White Castle. Get the opponent on 1. The 7th land. Go ahead, target yourself with Peer into the Abyss and see what happens. They go for Shatter the Sky. We let that resolve. They would gain a 3/3. We would make a 1/1. They would go up to 3 life. If we just counter it, do we win? Probably. Yeah, we kept it on top. Still exploring their graveyard. What else do you have? What more do you have in this crazy pile? Okay, you did it. You necromentioned me again. Wow. Multiple Covetous Urge, all the Underworld Dreams, Necromentia, plus room for the Eidolon package, and Lurrus, and Serrated Scorpion, and there's a Rankle, and you've got to believe there's a Peer into the Abyss, and there is, of course, a freaking Grim Tutor. They named Essence Capture, that's not the name of the card. Attack every turn till the end. All right. Well, that's that. Even Stevens. Keepsies. Hopefully these cards line up. If the opponent just plays 1-drop, 2-drop, they're gonna beat my face in. Pathways. Shrines. Shrines? Alright, I got you. Let's go. Let's beat him down. The perfect curve? Begin the tilt factory. Alright. So I need to stop the card draw shrine, and I need to find what? Skyclave Apparitions. So I don't think I counter anything here. I think I play the tome. And we need to start digging for that shrine. Or not the shrine, we need a Plains and a Skyclave Apparition. Elspeth Conqueror's Death is good too. I mean, look at this curve! What the hell is going on? The perfect curve. Alright, we need a double white for a Skyclave, so we'll keep this. So we're not gonna play it this turn. Now we have to negate the blue one, because they will have it. They will have it. What the hell? They stacked their frickin' deck? That's what it took, man. That's what it took for Shrines to give me a challenging game. That's how this player got to Mythic, clearly, you know? Clearly a Mythic Shrines player does this every game. Alright, they don't go for it. Let's scry. That is a card we need. Let's draw it. Let's play Birth, go get our second white. Hold up the negate. We're going to try to also buy the Yorion before we play the ECD, just to try to cover multiple shrines. I don't know if I'll have time for that, but with the 4 life from the Tome, maybe we'll be fine. Okay, they pass, do nothing. Okay, draw. Sure. Okay, we definitely want to turn to buy Yorion first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Buy. We have enough life to give us some space. We're going to have to take the negate shields down for a turn playing the ECD, but if they play something big and expensive, we'll Yorion the ECD. Okay, they go for Red Sanctum. We can We can hit that with the ECD and then next turn flicker the ECD. So I don't know if we negate this. I guess if the opponent plays the other shrine though, that's fine too. Do we negate this? I don't think we do. I think this is fine. It's weird, but I think it's fine. Not like my Yorian's going to deal any damage anyway on this board. What we can't have them do is we negate this and they play Sanctum of All. Or they play a blue Sanctum and draw a bunch of cards. Like that's the disaster. Okay, we got a neutralize and another land. I guess I just take both. Everything here is exactly what we need, which is nice. Thank you, deck. So now we have to decide, do we go for the ECD here and leave the counter shields down for a turn, or can we wait another turn? Losing 4. I think we can wait another turn. I think we can wait another turn. It's lunatic. It's ludicrous. What mad lad would do this under these conditions? Just the one in best of 1. CGB. All right. Down to 7. All that mana. You gotta keep your cool under pressure, man. All right. Draw a card. Opponent does nothing for their turn. It's like they think I'm gonna counter them or something. 4, draw a card. Shark Typhoon, win con. Of course, just draining the Shrine player's perfect draw from their body is the win con, really. Let's be real. Let's get rid of the Sanctum so that they can't easily kill our Yorian. They haven't been doing anything with the mana. Normally the mana would be a big deal, but I don't think it is here. They discard a land, they kill the wall. Did that wall do something to bother you? Down to 8. Cycle of Triumph. Okay. $38 to frickin' 8 against Shrines, who curved out with these 3 cards that have been on the battlefield the whole game. But we're not finished, are we? Not even a little bit. Oh man. Oh no. Am I willing to take the counter shields down to have an absolutely devastating turn? Yes. Yes, I am. Alright, so we're going to be flickering, and this is going to kill this, so let's start here. Bro, where'd all your shrines go? Yorian exiles the Skyclave, leaves them with a 1/1. Then ECD takes out the Sanctum of the green one. We'll just call it the green one. And Skyclave takes out the black one. They're a beautiful board. All their shrines, all their pretty shrines have been destroyed. True villain mode has been activated. I don't think I'm scared of their 1/1. We'll put that away. Alright, I'm tapped out. Do your worst. A very expensive extinction event wiping out my creatures. Don't need another shatter. They don't play that many creatures. The only reason we have them is because we allowed it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. We can play Shark Typhoon, hold up negate, take 3. The next turn we can shatter the sky, draw a card because we resolved the Shark Typhoon. Not bad. Not bad. They pay up for a Sanctum. Get out! Hopefully no Black Sanctum here. Even the best Shrines draw in the history of Shrine draws could not stop the blue-white control. Could not stop the Shark Typhoon. Poor man's Magic. Well, here comes Cycling or Mono Red. They're always the ones complaining about budget. We don't have a land. Will we draw the land? Is this hand good if we do? It's fine if we do. It's not great. And if we draw a white source, then can't cast the neutralizes anyway. So that's the mull. This hand is good. Let's keep the Shark Typhoon for later in the game. We'll draw. Always just bottom your win con. You don't need it until like 20 turns from now, okay? Easy. Planes versus cycling. Oh my god, cycling. No? No? They have Light of Hope. That's what it is. That's what held priority. Straight up life game. Let's go. Let's go. I do not care what your life total is. I don't even start to care what your life total is. What is with the matchups today? This is one of the most janky ranked days of all. I haven't seen any mono red, any Gruul, any rogues. Everything I play against is ridiculous. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. On one hand, I should counter it because I'm not doing anything with my counters. On the other hand, I don't care. So, okay. 20 turn clock engaged. Eventually, it will walk into a shark, I think. Hushbringer, on the other hand, is a pain because of the Skyclave Apparition. Skyclave Apparition really hates that little Hushbringer. It just turns the ability off completely. It is kind of interesting that Hushbringer, on the other hand, I believe, like, let's see, dying? Yeah, does that mean that they don't get the illusion if this dies? I think so. But you would have to get your Skyclave on the battlefield before the Hushbringer. That's complicated. I mean, do I care? I don't care. That's the problem here. I do not care. I do not care about Dranith Magistrate. I will just outsize it, and that will be that. Okay, I guess they have a Light of Hope, so we have to remember that. So we don't do this yet. Keep hitting land drops. As long as we hit land drops, I think we're far enough ahead that this won't be a problem. I mean, maybe I just keep this for the card advantage source, but I guess we have the castle. I can play this game all day. It gets me that YouTube watch time to play Control. You wonder why? You wonder why I rose from obscurity as a young CGB to a YouTuber watched by millions. It's not the good looks. It's not the skill or the talent. Nope. It's 100% the watch time. I play Control decks. My fans like watching Control decks. Everything takes longer. Like 10 times longer. So I'm gonna, since they're giving me this much time, I'm just gonna try to get Negate backing up a large Shark Typhoon. I mean, I don't need this Shatter. I don't even need this Neutralize. At some point, our opponent has cards in hand they're gonna play. Maybe I do need to think about the future. It's like telling a teenager to plan for retirement. They just don't care. They just don't care. And I don't care about Dranith Magistrate. Slam the Shark Typhoon CGB, do it. I will if I get to 8 mana. If I get to 8 mana, so I can negate a banishing light, I would do it. Well, Traneth Magistrate, do you continue to rumble? All right. Land. I can do this all day. I don't know if you can tell. I'm living in my happy place. +1/+1 counter. Protection from a color of your choice. The Magistrate is getting aggro, guys. But this is the other reason to wait. Like, if we just played Apparition to target this, they would protect it. So you've got to believe they have something when they're just doing nothing with their mana. Snapping into stuff is a good way to wreck yourself, as it were. Another land, yay. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. We know our top card, so we can grab the Orion now. We're almost Shark Typhoon backed up by Counterspell ready. It's very close. This is one of those games, it's like, do I put this on YouTube? My opponent did absolutely nothing. But on the other hand, it is important to demonstrate to people that how you should wait with your win cons, how you want to play them. If your opponent gives you time, you take the time until you're like in full-on checkmate mode. You build up your pieces, piece here, piece there. You make sure everything's in the perfect place. Then you deploy the win con. Ta-da! All right, mana efficiency into 3/3 or narrow and a 2/2. Mana efficiency. The 3/3 can also just block the 2/4. If they have another Light of Hope, cringe. If they have another Light of Hope, they get to kill the Shark Typhoon. All right, no Light of Hope. We dodged it. I got an app for that. We'll get that out before we have to worry about another Hushbringer. Opponent finds land number 5. Are you an Elspeth Conquered Deathbringer? Cast off. Destroy all non-giant creatures. They'll get a 2/2. Okay. My counters are to protect my Shark Typhoon from Banishing Light and Light of Hope. So, as long as that occurs, we're fine. Tempting, right? Pretty good card against them, but not against the board right now. What I really want is like Omen of the Sea. Now's the part where we do worry about card advantage and flooding out. So now Glimpse of Freedom is really good. Now Omen of the Sea is really good. Maze Mind Tome is really good. There's another Banishing Light. Let's negate. The opponent still has a grip. These 6 cards do something. Let's go for the block. Long game. We don't need to attack. There's a tome. Pretty much what we needed. Comes with a 2/2 shark. Just wait until your shark token is CGB, the one invested one. Will that not be the greatest of shark tokens? Okay. Do we care? We don't care. Our opponent is starting to deploy their hand. Maybe they do just have a bunch of dopey creatures sitting in their hand that they've been waiting to use. Castle. Omen. Elspeth. I guess Elspeth Conqueror's Death is good insurance against Banishing Light, so we'll take it. Also comes with a 5/5. It's not the worst. First of all, let's attack with our 2/2, then let's play Shatter. Just kill these 2 creatures. We also get to draw a card because we make a 4/4 Shark. Nice. We actually got our opponent's Swift response out of the deal. Ta-da! Could play this now in case we hit the land. Yeah, a land would make a difference here. I'd prefer an untapped one, but can't be mad about more mana. An untapped land would allow us to neutralize something and cast Maze Mind Tome. This is fine. We've got the Casket. And we don't have an Apparition in hand anyway. Okay. Number 2. Let's go. Let's go. Are you feeling strong? Got Typhoons for days. The Shark Machine is fully engaged. Chomp chomp. Chompers, chompers. Opponent might Light of Hope this and block in game 2. Okay, they've got another feat of resistance. Like, this is fine. This is fine. I'm not mad. I like it when they fight back a little. Just a little. Why not Glass Casket? Holding up Neutralize. I'm just going for full torture mode at this point. There's a gate. I will has Wall. I will has Casket. And 2 Sharks. It's still at 26. You gained all that life, you know? You fired off that Light of Hope. You revitalized. Where did it all go wrong? Should I blink some Sharks? You know, just to make them feel like it's closer? Is that sportsman-like? I guess it's the opposite of sportsman-like. It's the opposite. I'm a bad person for even mentioning it. I tilted some people by mentioning it. Not only that, I'm beating up on poor man's magic. CGB, why do you hate poor people? Why do you obliterate them so fully? I provide free content. How could you say those things about me, internet? It's so mean. You guys are so mean. Oh, are we going Realm Cloak? Come on. Yes! Alright, I want to find a Giant Killer for the flavor. Come on, Giant Killer. For the flavor. Let's do this. Nice. Yes. The Giant Killer kills the Giant. Perfect. What a sport. What a sport. All right. Do you have any last words? Anything you want to say to YouTube before you're gone? Yes, I would like to gain 4 life. Okay. Don't do it, CGB. No, all he wants is 4 life. No. Ah! Couldn't help myself. Could not help myself. Blue mage got a blue mage. Blue mage gotta do it. Had to do it to him. I'll never live this down. There's a Mystic Sea Otter, and these are cards. Let's keep them. I hope that Shatter the Sky is good. I hope I find land. Cycling? The heck? Frickin' cycling. Well, these cards aren't good. We're in trouble. In a big way. Our hand is not great, and Blue is the only good card. We have to keep their board in check. So we're going to end up shattering all kinds of things I don't want to shatter. So please play another... Okay. It got better. They played another creature. And this cycling player plays fast. I really hate the Dirtle cyclers. I cycle for one, always on your end step forever. Oh god, guys, which card do we cycle? I don't know, guys. No Luris, by the way. No companion. Guess they don't need it. Yep, no creature? No creature. Good. No creature is very good for us. So, I don't have a creature in the graveyard to ECD. I could just do it to make them pay more for some things, but I think that's pointless. Let's buy Yorion, though. We're gonna have to start beating them to death with a Sky Noodle. Okay, they found a fox. They can make it very, very large. Oh, they're rebuilding a board instead. Oh my gosh, we got so lucky. We got so lucky that they didn't make the fox large. They cast the football crater and then cycle. This cycling player is a maniac, a true maniac. Yeah, cover your board. And we found a Shark Typhoon. Will we have time to land it? Another fox. 3 mana open. I think they're gonna crater me. No, they're just gonna grow the fox. Come on, Skyclave Apparition, Glass Casket, where the hell are you? Alright, last card is Zenith Flare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could also be a land. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They have lethal if we tap out for Shark Typhoon. I can also cycle the Shark Typhoon and just block this, so I guess that is a much better play than throwing it away this turn. Omen. Let's see what we find. If we can answer this right now, and we can. Alright, do we want the land? So, this turn we'll have Negate open, we'll play a tap land, we'll untap with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is enough for Negate open and Yorion. But, if we get 8, we can play Shark Typhoon, so we'll keep the land. Don't forget to actually think about if you need a land. I've seen so many people who would never keep the land in that spot, but it curves perfectly into Shark Typhoon hard cast Negate. Alright, they draw a Cycler, which draws another Cycler, which draws a third Cycler, which draws a fourth Cycler. They're gonna hit a land pocket sometime. There's the land. That's all they got. Shark Typhoon. WinCon Online. They draw 2 lands in a row. Yes, they go for the flare. It gets negated, and now we get a 2/2 shark, and the clock starts. It's for exactly 19, which means that's our life total. So they top deck flare. They win. Tap. Let's scry. We're looking for a counter. Omen. That gets us deep and tries to find a counter, so we'll take it. Cycle. Every cycle that gets that can hit a flare is potentially lethal. All right, they're under flare mana now, which means that we're going to get another turn, but I think they just drew it. All right, so everything we can do to hit a counterspell. That's what's important now. Everything we can possibly do to find a counter. Bottom, draw. Another Typhoon. Sacrifice Omen, dig 2 more deep. Even with the Yorion, I think it's better to dig now. Another Omen, that'll give us several more looks. We're doing everything that we possibly can here. I'm just gonna do this now. The tension's killing me. No, wait, that's not the content play. Actually, we could draw... No, Maze Mind Tome wouldn't help. Alright. Content play. Last minute. Always. We could end up drawing a land. One land could matter when we're trying to cycle draw our way to that counter. Alright, fine. We do it now. I thought of a good reason. Counter. Counter. No, but it is the land. We now have Glimpse of Freedom and Shark Typhoon Cycle to try to hit. Here it is. We have a whole bunch of negates in the deck. We have 7 mana. What's the right way to do this? Do we scry? If we scry first, then neutralize won't help us, and it has to be negate. We have played 1 negate, no neutralizes. Did we bottom a neutralize? We did not. All right, this is kind of a tough decision. We look at 2 with the cycle. What if we do 1, 2? Yeah, we look at 2 with the cycle and then 3, but then, oh man, I think I take the chance that the top card is the neutralize. Then we get 1 more draw at the negate. Let's use the cheapest way first. It's the neutralize. Suck it, cycling. Watch them play another one. Watch them just crack another one. Oops. Okay. Oh my god, that was scary. All right, we're still not out of the woods. We don't have lethal next turn. One of these cards is not a cycler, though. Could be a land. Could be the flare. Let's play the Yorion, blink the Omen, and try to hit. I think that's got to be the way. $22 cards in their deck. 2 of them are Zenith Flare. Not like this. Yes! Yes! Bow before me. Watch them draw 2 flares in a row right here. Bow, dear sensei. It's over. Even if they hit it here, they don't have the land. I rarely good game cycling, but yeah, sure, I have fun. And we are back for the post-game wrap. Guys, blue-white, I love it. I love it so much. It doesn't matter what the win con is. It really doesn't. Crawling Baron, Stream Trawler, Shark, frickin' Typhoon. If you're gonna win, you might as well make it with a sky full of sharks. We didn't just hardcast Shark Typhoon once in this round. We hardcast it a bunch of times. Flexi spots. It's hard for me to tell you if you should craft and play this deck. I don't know, because it has the tools to compete with meta, which we didn't see in today's video. Dimir Rogues, Gruul, Aggro, Mono White, Mono Red. Those are the decks I think of when I think of the meta. It has the tools, but it's very draw dependent, and if you miss a beat, you usually lose, which is a very scary way to play Magic in 2021. Let's see, some of the cards I'm not sure about include Giant Killer, but there are some things I love about this little human peasant. The fact that if it dies or goes to the graveyard, you can get it back with an Elspeth Conquers Death, which otherwise doesn't have many things to get back, only Skyclave Apparition and the Yorion. You can play a 60-card version. I think if you're playing a 60-card control deck, you're mostly wrong in a Rogues meta. Why? I think you're better off with a Yorion and 20 extra cards to avoid getting crab milled. So I stick to Yorion. I mean, you guys know I love Yorion, but there's good reasons to be Yorion, and we cover those pretty regularly on the channel. Glimpse of Freedom is actually really nice with Shark Typhoon and against Rogues, and just to keep the cards coming. And it does, but there is a lot of durdle. Like, you have to pay attention to your 2-drops. If your hand is Birth of Meletis, Glimpse of Freedom, Omen of the Sea, Mazemind Tome, and no removal at all, then you might get run over, and Shark Typhoon isn't removal either. So you do have to draw a good amount of Glass Casket, Apparition, Shatter the Sky if you're on the draw. Okay, this is something I didn't get to do much in the video. If you're on the draw, Giant Killer, Glass Casket, Skyclave Apparition, Shatter the Sky are very important. You need some of that in your opening hand. If you are on the play, then Essence Scatter, Neutralize, these cards are much better on the play than on the draw, because you might fall too far behind, and then when you hold up mana, the opponent just plays around your counter spell, continues to do damage, and you end up too low on life to do anything cool. So, just something to think about when you're keeping hands. Probably has a lot to do with win rate, is whether or not you're keeping hands on the draw that can affect the board quickly. Should you keep playing Giant Killer? I think so. I think that Gruul and any deck with Lovestruck Beast, those are still really popular, and you need Giant Killer to keep the Great Henge from completely obliterating you. And should you play this deck in general? I don't think it's as good as the top tier of meta decks, but it's my style. If it's your style, you can definitely win plenty with this in Best of 1 and have a nice run in Mythic. Is the Dream Trawler to Fairy deck better? I think it's better against everything but Rogues. So if you saw my Dream Trawler to Fairy deck, then yeah, that is better against the aggro metagame, the white, the red, the green-red, and this is much better against Rogues. So I think that's a good sum up of where blue-white stands in the meta, but of course we crowbarred in Shark Typhoon as a wicked, awesome win condition, and we splattered jank around for the purpose of shameless self-promotion. CoolStuffInc.com. Kaldheim, get a free CovertGoBlue Shark token with each draft set or collector booster box you pre-order. Is that not the finest and greatest full art token in the land? My friends, you may not like me shilling for a good amount of every video, but let me assure you, I will probably only have one chance in my entire life to tell you about the launch of the CGB Shark token, so I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it! Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.